everybody, it's Cathryn from In the Pink Designs. I'm glad to be back. I have a few announcements. There is a paper sale started yesterday, June 1st to June 30th. It's 15% off selected papers, but I think it's the most of them. So that's 15% off of that. And also, if you would like to join my team, which I would love, I have one very faithful team member, Mary, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much for your card. It's upstairs right now, but I loved it. And you're very generous. Thank you very much. I would love to have you on my team. You get, there's a special. Instead of $125 for $99 free shipping, you get $155 worth of product for $99 and no shipping. So that's an excellent deal. You don't have to continue. I have lots of people that do that. But I would love to have you on my team, even if it's just for hobby, for a one-shot deal, or if you'd like to make it a business. All right. So my project today is a pretty simple, easy box. I made with the Zany Zoo stamp set and Zany Zoo dies. It measures 4 3/4 by 2 by 1 1/4, and inside I have a whole bunch of Hershey Kisses. But it will fit a bottle of glue if you wanted to use that as a reference. I'm not sure how many kisses. Let me see. A whole bunch, really. But you could put all sorts of little candies. Come on. And there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. A dozen. There's a dozen Hershey Kisses in here. So that's a good amount. All right, so this is also my new host code for June. Please put that in if you're going to spend anything under $150, not including tax and shipping. All right. Okay, so what we need for this project is, I also use the Stylish Shapes dies for the circle. We need some basic white for stamping. This circle from Boho Blue, using the Stylish Shapes dies, is just about 1 3/4 inch. And we need a piece of the Zoo Crew DSP that is 7 inches by 6. All right. So let me get my Simply Scored. And we're going to start on the 7-inch side. And we're going to score at 1 1/4. You don't have to press as hard for the DSP. So, but make sure you still make a line there. 1 1/4, 3 1/4, 4 1/2, and 6 1/2. Then we're going to turn it to the 6-inch side and score at 1 1/4. Now I'm going to fold and burnish all of the score lines. Okay, so now I have the 1/2 inch strip on the right hand side, and on the bottom is 1 1/4. And this is what we're going to be doing. All right, so we're going to start on the left hand side, go to the first score line, cut it to the first score line, and wedge each side of the square. Okay, go to the next score line, cut it to the first score line, next score line, cut it to the first score line, and wedge each side of the square. I hope everybody had a good holiday weekend. I did. Okay, go to the next score line, cut it to the first score line, and then just wedge up into that skinny rectangle. Follow the skinny rectangle up and just cut a wedge on the top. All right, and that's what your cardstock should look like after you're done scoring and cutting. All right, now I'm going to put tear and tape on what's left of the skinny rectangle next to the score line. I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool to get the backing off, and then I'm just going to roll back any extra glue that's on the edges. Flip over the whole thing, flip over the side with the tape, and then the other side to meet it. Okay, so now this is our back. So I'm just going to put a little dot of glue, which that was a little much, but a little dot of glue on each tab, and pull the back in, and then put some glue on the front flap and close that. And just make sure your sides are nice and straight. Alright, and then I'm just going to put my bone folder in there and press it down so that I'm sure it stays stuck. Alright, now we'll let that dry and we're going to do some stamping. Alright, now I'm going to be using the little raccoon image and some Tuxedo Black ink. And I'm just going to stamp it onto my basic white. There we go. And then I'm going to use this die here to cut it out. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to be using light and dark smoky slate for the raccoon, and then for the balloons, light lemon lolly, light shaded spruce, dark real red, and light boho blue. Alright, first with the dark smoky slate, I'm going to be doing his belly. His mask, I'm really going to try to get around those eyes. His mask, his face, that looks like a mask. And then I'm just going to do the lines on his tail. Alright. And then I'm going to take the light smoky slate. I'm going to fill in the rest of the tail and the body. Okay. And I might have blended over the black just a little bit too much, so I'm going to add a little bit more on the tail. There we go. Alright, and then the balloons I'm going to do from the bottom up. This is dark real red, light lemon lolly, light boho blue, and light shaded spruce. Okay. Alrighty, now let's find out which one's the back. This is the back. I'm just going to run my fingers down the sides. Now we would put in, I'm just going to put a few to keep it on, but we would put a few kisses in, a dozen, maybe even a little bit more than a dozen, and then I'm going to squeeze the sides together. I'm going to get a small hole punch. This one's a 1/8, but the quarter might even be a little bit better. All right, and then I'm going to get some boho blue textured ribbon, and I'm just going to put it through both holes. Alright, and then I'm just going to tie a bow. Okay, and there's our box closed. And I'm going to glue the circle probably a 1/2 inch up from the bottom. Alright, and then I'm going to get some dimensionals and some mini dimensionals. And I'm going to put mini dimensionals on the balloons and regular ones on the back of the raccoon. Alright, and his tail is just going to stick off the edge a little bit. I'm going to make sure his feet are straight, and the balloons are going to be a little bit, oh no, they go pretty straight too. And then just press it on. It would be much easier if you did it before you tied it, because then you could put your finger in there and get it nice and stuck on there. Alright, for the final touch, I'm going to be using some solid gems, yep, in lemon lolly again. And I'm going to take a big one, put it right there, a medium one right there, and then a small one up there. And that's it. All of the directions are written out on my blog along with the measurements, and that's linked below along with the link to my shop. Please don't forget the host code if you're going to spend under $150. And please subscribe and hit the like button. I appreciate the time you spend here. I know I have some really faithful watchers, and that makes me so happy. Thank you. I'll see you next time. Bye.